Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another MyStRo game production, and as you can see, we are going to do a little bit more Would You Rather. I, of course, am Matty MyStRo, the most punchable face on the internet. So without further ado, let's get into some questions. So we've obviously done this one previous, so let's move on. So the first one, would you prefer to die? Would you rather? So, freeze to death or boil to death? Now, both of these don't seem very appealing, don't have much of a wish to die right now, but if I'm going to do one of them, I would assume freezing to death would be a little bit less painful. And 87% agree with me, they're going with the freezing. So, would you rather fight Spock off when... No, just no. Would you rather have a very attractive spouse that treats you badly, or have an ugly spouse that adores you? Well, I am more to do with the person's personality, so I shall take the personality over the looks. So, if you were in high school, would you rather have your face covered in severe acne, or be extremely fat? Now, both of these have very much... You know what? We're taking the fat. I want to be chubby. Let's be chubby. Would you rather a spouse with trees as arms? Now, are these fully developed trees, or are we talking like skinny, just planting a tree? Or a spouse with alligator arms? Not quite sure how either of these are going to practically work, but I guess my spouse can be a bit stiff. Yes, and other people seem to agree with that. So, would you rather own a lightsaber or be able to use the Force? Well, that's kind of obvious. I'd rather have the Force. It's much more powerful than owning a lightsaber. Would you rather watch only dramas for the rest of your life, or watch only comedies for the rest of your life? Well, I prefer comedies to dramas, so we're taking the comedies. So, would you rather be a rich but stupid footballer, so be a footballer, or be a genius but a poor scientist? Now, the way of life as a stupid footballer, you're stupid. You don't realise that you're stupid, and you've got plenty of money to enjoy. Whereas being a genius, you actually know that you're not very well off, and that's kind of depressing. But I'd still rather be smart. So I'm going to take my intelligence. And we can skip over being a footballer. Would you rather be black in a white neighbourhood or be white in a black neighbourhood? Yeah, we're going to go over that one. Would you rather... What is the obsession with lightsabers? Would you rather have a lightsaber or have a helper monkey? Now, I don't know how helpful this helper monkey is going to be, but the lightsaber is not going to make any mess. So we're going to have the lightsaber. I don't trust the helper monkey not to leave us any mess around. Would you rather teach history or teach mathematics? Well, I wasn't a very big fan of history. I do enjoy watching historical programs as such, but I'm very much into my maths. I was very good at mathematics, and I can understand why only 40% went with mathematics. It's a subject you either love it or you hate it. Is the education marmite, if you may. But would you rather return a punt in an NFL game or spend 90 seconds in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime? I'm taking the return a punt. It's one big hit compared to taking several hits. Would you rather stare at the sun for 5 seconds after being in a dark room for 5 hours and completely destroy my retinas, or one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of your life? So I can go blind for the rest of my life, or I can go blind in one eye for the rest of my life. I'm going to take having one eye. That still works. Would you rather own 10,000 Mr. Potato Heads or 10,000 bobbleheads? Now, what are these bobbleheads of? Because it really depends on the specific bobblehead. Is it all the same bobblehead as well? Or are we getting a mixture of bobbleheads? We're going with the bobbleheads. Hopefully we'll get some good ones. Hopefully it's not a case of the same one 10,000 times. But would you rather be swept up in a hurricane or be lost in a flood? Both of these seem rather displeasing. I guess lost in a flood? I don't worry about floodwater as much as I would worry about a hurricane. Would you rather stub your toe or get a paper cut? Well, I'm kind of used to stubbing my toe, if I'm honest, and I really hate paper cuts and just thin cuts in general, so I will stub my toe. I'm becoming very used to that. In fact, the other day, I managed to cut my toe next to my little toe in a very similar fashion to a paper cut, and it was not at all pleasing. Would you rather have an all expenses paid 2-month vacation in France, oui oui, or be on the moon for 1 hour? I'm assuming I get the spacesuit when I go to the moon for an hour, because that isn't going to work out very well if I don't. And again, the moon I would take depending on where I am in France, because 2-month vacation in France would actually be pretty nice. Oui oui, we are going to France. We can enjoy 2 months much more than an hour on the moon. Plus, the moon's just a big rock. What are we going to see up there other than the earth from above? But if you were at the end of the world, would you rather throw yourself at lava or drown in the tsunami? Well, again, I'd rather go the quickest and least painful way possible. And although I didn't go with boiling in the previous one, I feel like lava is pretty much an insta-kill. So we are going with the lava. I'm going to jump in lava. Would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to smell? Now, I'm taking the smell. Sometimes I really do wish I couldn't smell. Whereas not being able to taste, I've never seen any real benefit to that. 1 month of distress. Would you rather be forced to walk around for an entire month without pants? That doesn't seem that distressing at all. In fact, I might start doing that now. Or shed all your hair for an entire month. Again, the hair thing really wouldn't bother me, apart from like top of my head, and I could deal with you've got a cue ball head for a month, and this one doesn't bother me either. We're going to walk around with no pants. I like my lack of pants. Doesn't stop me wearing other clothes. I can just have a top. No pants. In fact, I could have a top that's long enough that it's basically a dress. And thus, it doesn't make a difference. Anyways, if you could only do one, would you rather sit or stand? I guess sit. I do a lot of that. In fact, I'm doing it right now. So I think that would be the more practical of the two. If you had to be stuck with one for a year, would you rather have to give a graphic naked picture of yourself to anyone who asked for it, or give up sex? Well, there's nothing to give up right now, and the graphical naked picture, I'm not sure there's many people asking for that, but heck, if people are asking for it, I'd probably do it now anyways. But that's enough of that. We're going to give the pictures out. It's going to be a lovely picture. I'm going to make it very artistic. I'm going to draw every little detail with my little sketching pencil. But would you rather have free tickets to the Super Bowl for life, or get $20,000 to never watch NFL games again? I'm taking the Super Bowl tickets. I'm sorry, but I'd rather just take the Super Bowl tickets. I would enjoy it. It would enhance my life, having the Super Bowl tickets for the rest of my life, much more than 20 grand would. So, not shower for a month or not brush your teeth for a month. I'll take the teeth. I can deal with my teeth not being so bad. Me stinking though? No, that is not deal at all. Would you rather watch your parents be murdered in front of you, or murder the parents of another family in front of their children? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do the murdering. I'd much rather do the murdering than watch the murdering. Would you rather live to be 120 and accomplish nothing notable? Sounds like my life so far. Or live to be 50 and be well known for world-changing accomplishments? Again, it really depends on how those extra 70 years of your life go. If those are just going to be very mundane 70 years and you're just bored for 70 years, you sat watching Countdown between your 50 and your 120, then maybe it's not worth it. But if you actually have some plans for those 70 years, which in my case, I plan to do a lot of things, and having an extra 70 years to do them would be rather useful. So I will take the 120 years and nothing notable. I don't need to be a celebrity. I don't really care about that. I would rather just live my life and enjoy it. But would you rather get punched in the mouth with a mouthful of razor blades? Already sounds awful. Or get punched in the mouth with a mouthful of needles? I feel like the razor blades are probably going to do more damage, to be honest with you. I'm taking the needles. Yes, they're going to hurt, but it's not a full edge of pain, it's just a prick. So we are taking the needles. Hopefully these are clean needles, of course. Wouldn't be great if they had particular diseases attached. But would you rather be Iron Man but have to leave the suit on all the time? That sounds disgusting and sweaty. Or be the Hulk but have to stay in the Hulk form at all times? Interesting. I'm not quite sure with this one. I guess Iron Man is mildly more practical. I'm not sure what I would even sleep on if I was stuck in the Hulk form for my entire time. Would you rather snort one crushed up... Okay. So, snort a mint or take a shot of Tabasco sauce? I'm taking the Tabasco sauce. I don't fancy snorting anything, thank you. No white powders up my nose. So, prevent World War II. Or win a life-changing amount of money in a lottery. Now, the problem with this is, how would me then preventing World War II happening in the first place affect life now? I will take the way life has panned out, and I will take the life-changing money as a result. If you were on the Starship Enterprise, would you rather? Just, no. Stop with these Kirk, Picard, Spock. Like, no, just stop it. Would you rather fall 2 stories onto concrete or fall 2 stories into freezing water? Well, I'll take the freezing water. The freezing water is not going to kill me on impact after that height, so that seems much better. Would you rather have a baby boy or a baby girl? So any potential partners, this one might be useful to you, but ideally I'd rather have a baby girl. Always wanted a daughter, and yes, that is just my preference. I'd much rather have a daughter than a son. But of course, I would love them the same either way. Would you rather know the exact time and place of your own death? I feel like we've had this one before. Or know the exact time and place of death of everyone around you? I'd rather know my own. I'd rather know when I'm going to go. Would you rather never watch baseball again or never watch football again? I guess we're going with baseball. Regardless of which interpretation of football it is going with. Because I prefer the NFL to the MLB, although I do enjoy watching both. If you were stuck in the woods, would you rather have a tomahawk or have a knife? Now, I don't have many situations where I've used a tomahawk, but I am reasonably handy with a knife, I suppose, so I will take the knife. I'm sure the tomahawk has much more variety of uses, but I've never handled one. Would you rather not be able to talk or not be able to walk? Now, the impracticalities of both of these are very good, but I'm going to take not being able to talk. I can sign language to you fine folks. Unfortunately, I've not learned sign language quite yet, but in that case I would. Would you rather have a monster truck or have a chariot with horses? Now, if we was back in Roman times, maybe I would take the chariot with horses. But we have a monster truck, and why would I not want a monster truck over a chariot and horses? We are not going back in time here, folks. Would you rather only eat or only drink? Now, as someone who drinks a lot of caffeinated beverages and knows the downside of practically only drinking over a night, the only drinking does seem a little bit less appealing in that sense, but only eating, your mouth would get very dry. So I'm going with only drinking, but I definitely know how often I would be going to the toilet on a daily basis. Would you rather have a tapeworm that eventually kills you or have AIDS? So would I rather die or die? I'm taking the tapeworm. Give me the tapeworm. At least with that, I don't have to worry about my interactions with other people. Would you rather live in isolation or face your biggest fears once a month? I'll take living in isolation. That doesn't sound bad at all. I actually quite like the idea. If you had to dress one way regularly, would you rather be well dressed from the waist up with ridiculous pants and shoes, or be well dressed from the waist down with ridiculous shirts and hats? Well, as you can see, I've got my hat on backwards, and I'm down to wear some ridiculous shirts. So let's go with the ridiculous shirts and hats, because why not? So, would you rather have all your limbs cut off by a very dull butter knife, or have to go to every single local? Why? Need I say more? There's no reason to choose wanting all your limbs cut off. Would you rather be swept up by a hurricane? We've had that one. We've actually managed to get a repeat in the same video. Who is more attractive? Yes, we're going to skip that one as well. Would you rather play real life Minecraft or play real life Mario Kart? We're going with Mario Kart. We aren't doing real life Minecraft. Would you rather discover the Loch Ness Monster or discover Sasquatch? I want Sasquatch. I don't care about Nessie. Nessie can stay in that blinking lake. Would you rather soil yourself and have nobody know, or not soil yourself but everyone thinks you did? Well, I'm not sure how I would soil myself and people not notice, but I'd prefer the idea of actually doing it and people not knowing than not doing it and people thinking I did. So we are going to soil ourselves. Right, would you rather be a horse jockey or a NASCAR driver? Now, I feel like I'd get a lot of neck ache being a NASCAR driver, always turning left, or be a jockey. Now, I feel like I'm a bit tall to be a jockey, to be honest with you. I'm not the tallest of people, but I'm definitely too tall to be a jockey, that is for sure. So let's be an entertaining jockey. Right, would you rather be known as a racist or be known as a sexist? Now, in this day and age, I don't know which one of those is going to be more dangerous for me. So, we're going to skip it. Would you rather be Godzilla or King Kong? I'm being Godzilla. Forget being a monkey. I don't want to be a monkey. Would you rather listen to the Macarena for 4 hours straight or listen to Mambo No. 5 for 4 hours straight? Now, I like both of these songs. So, Mambo No. 5 probably has the edge in that one. And this will be our final question, so let's see if it's a good one. So, would you rather... Skip that question. Yes, I would. Would you rather be a robot or be an alien? So, do I want to be a PC or be myself? I shall remain an alien, for I am already one. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope it was a nice little change of pace, and I hope your week has been good. And thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope to see you on Tuesday for some Football Manager. But until then, enjoy the start of your week and have a nice night. Goodbye.